Today in Nisha's kitchen, I am working on a macaroni pie, as we call it in the islands. Americans say mac and cheese, baked mac and cheese. We call it macaroni pie. And I already have my macaroni in the pot. I typically get the macaroni with the cheese sauce, the Velveeta cheese sauce, because it has the creaminess to it. I have here sharp cheddar, triple cheddar. The triple cheddar I am going to be storing in the pot that already have the mac and cheese with the Velveeta cheese. And on top, I'm going to be adding the sharp cheddar. I have one egg. The egg is also going to go in the pot. And for my seasonings, I just have black pepper, seasoning salt, and some parsley flakes. I have here on the side the disposable pan that I'm going to be baking this in. And that's all to my quick recipe. This is already looking so delicious. As I mentioned, who does not like some good mac and cheese? And I know there are like so many recipes out there, but this is my thing that I put together here in the A kitchen. So I am just going to be adding in some black pepper. And I typically don't measure anything per se. I assess it based on what I'm working with. There's the parsley flakes, and I didn't add any salt in the pot because I'm trying to cut back on salt. But here I'm just gonna add a bit of seasoning salt. Why? And now that I have all that in there, I'm going to stir this in again. Yummy. This is looking good. It's looking good. And after the macaroni came to a boil, I typically add milk. That also helps with the creaminess of my mac and cheese. Along with the seasonings, where did it go? I just cracked the egg in the pot as well as added some shredded cheese. I'm going to stir this in. And the purpose of the egg is to keep the macaroni and cheese together while it bakes. As you can see, this is looking so creamy and delicious already. Now that I've added all the ingredients in the pot, I am now going to go ahead and transfer it over to my disposable pan. But before I do that, I am just going to spray my pan with a non-stick cooking spray. That way when it's done and it's cool and it's time to cut it out of the pan, I will have had a base that will work to have easy removal once it is cooked. I currently am preheating the oven to bake the mac and cheese. It is set to 375, and here is the mac and cheese transferred over into the pan. I don't know how many of you are aware of this trick, but since I'm only cooking for two, it's not that many of us. I'm not cooking for no restaurant or no Thanksgiving meal. It's just a small portion, and as mentioned, I was feeling for some mac and cheese. And why go out and purchase if I have the ingredients at home? So simply because I want to keep the density and thickness of the mac and cheese across the entire pan, instead of having a thin layer of mac and cheese spread out in the pan, I put some non-stick foil paper right here. That way it's not going to slide across. It is going to stay in this area in a nice square format. Once again, it's just a small pot of mac and cheese that I'm baking for me and the hubby. So because it is not going to be high if I spread it out the entire pan, I put it on one side. I put the foil paper here to prevent it from sliding, and it'll be good to go. I'm just going to add the cheese, the sharp cheddar cheese on the top. I have added the triple cheddar inside the mac and cheese itself, and I'm going to add the sharp cheddar on the top. Now time for this to go in the oven. So here we have the finished product hot out the oven. Just need to give it some time to cool, and then we can slice and eat with the rest of our meal. And now that it's finished, as you can see, I'm simply going to remove this, and there you have it. It stayed one side of the pan, and I don't have to worry about the unevenness in the shape. And that is my completed baked mac and cheese.